Welcome to the most fantastic, amazing, stupendous, just most coolest dude you will ever meet in your life. Introducing David Snyder! Hi, my name is David, and I really want to tell you guys about a witness I had, an encounter I had with the Lord right at this moment. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright, let me paint the picture for you guys. Sorry for the weird intro, by the way, but let me paint the picture for you guys. So it was summer of 2018. I'm a graduating senior, and I'm also a Jesus freak. So what would a Jesus freak like to do? Get other people to be Jesus freaks, obviously. Get them aboard, you know? So that's exactly what I tried to do. And what I did was I went to a camp. I was a co-counselor with like 15, 20 other high schools, ranging from freshmen to graduating seniors, to get middle schoolers Jesus. We just wanted them to have Jesus, essentially, and to know him, to experience the love of Jesus. But I'm at this camp, right? I'm at this camp, and it's the first day, and I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling it. Something's off. I just felt like I shouldn't be there at all, you know? Like, I felt like my presence was gonna bring others down. My energy was off. I wasn't just my normal self. Because I can get hyper at times, and I love to hype people up about Jesus. I just wasn't my normal self for the first day. I felt unworthy, to be honest with you. I felt like I didn't deserve to be in this position. There's someone out there more qualified than me to help these middle schoolers get closer to Jesus this week. I felt like I was unworthy. I wasn't even close to helping these kids. And so I started praying about it. And it was the first night, and it was a praise and worship session. And these two amazing people, the husband and wife, were doing the live praise and worship session. They were playing their awesome, amazing Jesus tunes. They're all the way from Texas, and I'm from Illinois. So it was awesome to see this husband and wife come all the way from Texas to help these middle schoolers get to Jesus. So I really appreciate them for that. Anyways, back to the witness story. Let me get to the juicy part, okay? So I am there praising. The Jesus songs are on fire right now. I am loving the tunes, okay? And I'm really praying to God at this moment. And I'm like, Lord, I feel so unworthy to really give these kids any desire to follow Jesus, because they're not going to listen to me. I just felt like I wasn't good enough. And so I'm putting up my hands, doing my normal thing that I like to do, and getting comfortable with the Lord. I hear in the back of my head this voice that gets louder and louder and louder. And I can hear clearly the voice saying, David, you are here because I want you here. And then what proceeded right after those words in the back of my mind was, David, you don't know how proud I am of the man you are becoming. And right then and there, I was crying. I knew that even all the things I've done before, all the slips and mishaps that I've done that led up to this camp, I was here because God wanted me here. I was here because the man up above put me in this position because he wanted to. He wanted me to be there. And I felt so much love at that moment too. Those words, you don't know how proud I am of the man you are becoming, hit me. It hit me like a semi just hitting me at 100 miles per hour. The amount of love that I felt in that moment, just crying. Like crying tears of joy. And crying because, you know, before this I was so oblivious to the fact that God was loving me all. He was loving me all the time before this. And I wasn't looking in the right place. I wasn't looking clearly to really see that the Lord was right there the whole time. So even though I felt unworthy, even though I felt like I wasn't good enough, God put me here. And after that, I told myself I was going to do my best. So as I was saying, I was going to do my best to get these kids closer to Jesus as much as I can. And by the grace of God, I seen that. just their experience with God, adoration, just the activities we did. It was awesome, and I'm glad I stayed and helped these kids get closer in any way I could. And it was all by the grace of God that I stayed. If it wasn't for that love, if it wasn't for that experience of telling me essentially that, hey, you're here for a reason, and I'm gonna make sure you stay and show these kids love. And it was awesome. And the camp was awesome, and I'm so glad I stayed and found my reason for staying. And what I'd like to end this video on is that I told you my witness. I would love to hear any of your guys' witness that you guys have to tell, and I would love to hear them. I'm sure others would too. And if you could just share it any way you can, it's super important. It's more important than you actually know. You might think, hey, this is a dumb story. It probably isn't. It's probably super interesting. You just don't know it. But yeah, just tell your witness to others. Bring joy into others' lives. Share your witness about, your spiritual healing, physical healing, or just ways that God has entered into your life, whether they be big or small, that you couldn't live without, that you couldn't do alone. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, peace out.